Welcome back to Beyond the Box Score, where we dissect the day's NBA slate with the analytical edge you need. It's a packed Friday schedule, and after a strong run of predictions, we're looking to extend our winning momentum. Today, we're diving deep into the key matchups, breaking down the spreads, totals, and player props with a focus on the underlying trends and situational angles that separate smart bets from mere guesses. First on the docket is the marquee primetime showdown, the Los Angeles Lakers visiting the Boston Celtics. The Lakers are arriving on a back-to-back after a high-wire 123-120 win in Toronto, a victory that required a heroic three from Rui Hachimura and saw LeBron James struggle from the field, 4 of 17, while facilitating with 11 assists. Austin Reeves's 44-point explosion and strong bench play from Jackson Hayes and Nick Smith Jr. were necessary to offset defensive lapses. The toll of that game, coupled with the confirmed absence of Luka Vildoza and potential load management for LeBron, creates a precarious spot. Boston, meanwhile, is rolling at 13-1, fresh off that 45-point demolition of Washington. The Celtics showcased impressive depth. Derek White broke out with 30 points, and Jordan Walsh provided 22 energetic minutes off the bench. With Jaylen Brown expected back from illness, Boston should be at full strength. The line sits at Celtics minus 7.5 with a total of 223.5. The Lakers are an NBA best 14-6 to the over and a solid 7-3 ATS on the road, but the back-to-back factor is significant. Boston is 3-1 ATS on no rest this season. The lean here is toward the Celtics covering the 7.5 at home against a fatigued opponent. On the total, the relatively low number of 223.5 is tempting for the over, though the potential for sluggish legs on both sides tempers enthusiasm. For player props, Jaylen Brown over 29.5 points is appealing for his return in a spotlight game, and Jordan Walsh over 6.5 points offers value given his recent form and the potential for extended run. Next, we head to the southeast for Miami at Orlando. The Heat are reeling from a 118-108 loss to Dallas where they were blitzed from three-point range. The bigger concern is the injury report, with both Tyler Herro, toe, and Norman Powell, ankle, questionable. Their absence would cripple Miami's perimeter creation. Orlando, at 13-1, is coming off a brutal 2-point loss to San Antonio but continues to get stellar play from Franz Wagner and a monster outing from Jalen Suggs in that defeat. The bench remains a concern, but the potential return of Paolo Banchero could provide a major boost. The Magic are 5.5-point favorites with a massive total of 242.5. The line suggests the market doubts Miami's health. Orlando's 13-9 over record and Miami's 12-10 over record make that high total understandable, but it's a pass for me. The angle is Orlando minus 5.5, banking on Miami's depleted firepower. For props, Jalen Suggs over 3.5 rebounds at minus 132 is supported by a 4-game streak hitting that mark. Andrew Wiggins over 1.5 made threes at minus 136 is a bounce-back candidate, especially if Herro and Powell sit, forcing more volume his way. Our third featured game is Denver at Atlanta. The Nuggets are soaring, with Jamal Murray coming off a 52-point explosion and Nikola Jokic doing his usual all-everything act. Regression from their 61% three-point shooting night is inevitable, but the Hawks are reeling, having lost 2 straight, including a 23-point drubbing. The critical issues are injuries. Jalen Johnson, calf, and Kristaps Porzingis, illness, are both questionable, and Onyeka Okongwu is struggling. If Atlanta is without its key frontcourt pieces, containing Jokic becomes a nightmare. Denver is an 8-3 ATS team, on the road and 14-7 to the over. Atlanta is a poor 3-6 ATS at home but a shocking 12-1 to the over. The line is Nuggets minus 7.5 with a total of 237.5. The play is firmly on Denver to cover the 7.5. The Hawks' defensive frailties, compounded by potential absences, are too much to overcome against the reigning champions. Turning to San Antonio at Cleveland, we find a compelling underdog opportunity. The Spurs are building confidence, winning 4 of 5, including that tight road win in Orlando. While Victor Wembanyama remains out and Stephon Castle is ruled out, the core group is competing. Cleveland, at 13-10, is a profound disappointment. Coming off a home loss to Portland and embroiled in off-court drama, they are severely short-handed with Darius Garland, Jarrett Allen, and Sam Merrill all expected out. Donovan Mitchell can only do so much. The Cavaliers are just 3-10 ATS at home this season. Despite this, they are favored by 5.5 points with a total of 238.5. This is a prime spot to back the Spurs plus the points. San Antonio's length can bother Mitchell, and without Cleveland's other creators, a straight-up win is firmly in play. Next, we examine Portland at Detroit. The Trailblazers are riding high after covering first in their win over Cleveland, led by Anthony Simons's aggression and Shaedon Sharpe's bench scoring. Injuries to Chris Murray and Robert Williams III are worth monitoring but not catastrophic. Detroit is in a fragile spot after a loss in Milwaukee and may be without floor spacer Duncan Robinson ankle. The Pistons' offense can become very cramped without his shooting. The line is Pistons -7.5 with a total of 236.5. Portland is 14-8 to the over and a respectable 6-7 ATS on the road. Given the context, taking the points with Portland at +7.5 is the value side. If Robinson sits, Detroit's ability to create separation is severely limited, making this a likely close contest. Next game is kicking things off at Madison Square Garden. The Utah Jazz, riding high after a convincing 123-110 win and cover in Brooklyn last night, face a short trip to take on the New York Knicks. The Jazz were scorching, shooting an exceptional 56% from three-point range on 14 of 25 shooting, led by Lauri Markkanen's efficient 30-point outing on 11 of 18 from the field. The absence of Michael Porter Jr. for the Nets certainly aided their cause. While they were out-rebounded, the offensive firepower, including a big night from Keontae George, was more than enough. Health is a key watch. Both Lauri Markkanen, ribs, and Kevin Love, rest management, missed the front half of this back-to-back, but given the minimal travel from Brooklyn to Manhattan, expectations are for both to return. They face a formidable Knicks squad sitting at 14-7, fresh off a 119-104 bounce-back win over Charlotte. Jalen Brunson poured in 35 points, though his three-point shooting struggles persist. A critical concern for New York is a bench that managed only 12 points in that contest, a glaring weakness exacerbated by injuries, particularly the absence of OG Anunoby. The scoring punch from reserves like Tyler Kolek, Jordan Clarkson, Josh Hart, and a poor free throw shooting Mitchell Robinson is a significant handicap. The market heavily favors the Knicks as 15.5-point favorites with a massive total set at 240.5. The trends present a compelling conflict. Utah is just 2-6 against the spread on the road but a strong 3-1 ATS on no rest. New York, however, boasts an NBA best 11-1 ATS record at home. Despite that daunting home trend, the combination of Utah's competence on back-to-backs, the Knicks' anemic bench, and the large number of points leads me to a calculated value play on the Jazz plus 15.5, barring any surprise scratches to Utah's key contributors. Next, we travel north where the struggling Charlotte Hornets, 6-16 and losers of 2 straight, visit the Toronto Raptors. LaMelo Ball is back and posted 34 points recently, but his numbers are hollowed out by team losses. The Hornets' defense remains a major issue, and they are perpetually banged up. Cody Martin is out, while Brandon Miller, shoulder, and LaMelo Ball, wrist, are questionable to probable, respectively. Toronto, 15-8 but losers of 3 of 4, is coming off a heartbreaking buzzer-beater loss to the Lakers, a game where they had no answer for Austin Reeves' 44 points. The Raptors were without R.J. Barrett and Jakob Poeltl last night, but Poeltl should return from rest. They are installed as 8.5-point home favorites with a total of 231.5. Charlotte is 4-7 ATS on the road and 14-8 to the under, while Toronto is 4-6 ATS at home and just 1-3 ATS on no rest. This is a messy spot. A slight lean goes to Toronto minus 8.5, but with little conviction. The points are substantial for a Raptors team in a slump, making this a game to largely avoid from a betting perspective, with the under 231.5 holding only theoretical appeal. In Chicago, we find two teams navigating significant adversity. The Indiana Pacers, operating at 4-18 with a skeleton crew, face a Bulls team that has lost 5 consecutive games. The Pacers' competitive 135-120 loss to Denver featured a steady Benedict Mathurin, but the absence of Tyrese Halliburton and Obi Toppin, plus a new injury to Ben Shepherd calf, limits their ceiling. Chicago's early season promise has evaporated amidst a flood of injuries. Kobe White, Ayo Dosunmu, and others are doubtful or out, leaving them severely shorthanded. The Bulls are still favored by 5.5 points at home with a 237.5 total. Indiana is 4-6 ATS on the road and 13-9 to the under, while Chicago is 6-3 ATS at home. Given the sheer volume of Bulls injuries, there is value in taking the Pacers. Plus 5.5, though Indiana's own road woes introduce enough risk to keep this from being a premier selection. Out west, the Phoenix Suns, fresh off a 125-108 win over the Lakers fueled by a 33-point explosion from Dillon Brooks, filling in for the injured Devin Booker, head to Houston. Booker will miss at least a week with a groin strain, but the return of Grayson Allen provides a boost. They meet a 14-5 Rockets team coming off a blowout win over Sacramento where Kevin Porter Jr. and Amen Thompson combined for 52 points. Though Thompson's 5 turnovers highlight ball handling concerns. Houston is a heavy 11.5-point favorite with a total of 223.5. Phoenix is 6-4 ATS on the road, while Houston is just 4-4 ATS at home. The Suns, even without Booker, have shown they can be dangerous with Brooks assuming a larger role and Allen returning. The double-digit spread offers significant value on Phoenix plus 11.5, as I believe their defense can disrupt Houston's offense, particularly by pressuring Thompson. The LA Clippers, at 6-16, try to build on a rare 115-92 win over Atlanta as they visit the Memphis Grizzlies. The Clippers got 27 from James Harden and 21 from Kawhi Leonard, but consistency has been elusive. Memphis, 9-13 and mired in drama, is coming off a lopsided loss in San Antonio. While Vince Williams Jr. has been a bright spot, Jaren Jackson Jr.'s struggles, 7 points, 5 fouls, 5 turnovers last game, symbolize their issues. Ja Morant remains out. The Clippers are slight 1.5-point road favorites over a 223.5 total. Memphis is 4-6 ATS at home and 14-8 to the under. Given Memphis's profound struggles and the Clippers' recent, albeit modest, positive momentum, the side leans toward LA Clippers minus 1.5. A compelling matchup features the Philadelphia 76ers, 12-9 and off a dramatic 1-point win last night, on a back-to-back in Milwaukee. Tyrese Maxey played 40 minutes in that victory and will be tested again. They face a Bucks team that won without Giannis Antetokounmpo, who is now the subject of swirling trade rumors. Milwaukee got 26 from Kevin Porter Jr. in that win, but Miles Turner's production continues to disappoint relative to his contract. The 76ers are slight 1.5 to 2-point underdogs with a 223.5 total. Philadelphia's trends are powerful. 6-2 ATS on the road and a perfect 4-0 ATS on no rest this season. Combined with the potential locker room distraction in Milwaukee surrounding Giannis, this sets up as a strong spot for the resilient Sixers. I see value in Philadelphia +2, with strong potential for an outright win and cover. Finally, in the night's marquee matchup, the Dallas Mavericks, winners of 3 straight, visit the league-leading Oklahoma City Thunder, 21-1. Dallas is getting contributions from unexpected sources like Ryan Nembhard and a resurgent Anthony Davis, and they shot 50% from 3 in their latest win. They are, however, dealing with injuries to P.J. Washington, Daniel Gafford, and Derek Lively too. The Thunder, coming off a 12-point win in Golden State, continue their historically dominant start behind Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. They are dealing with injuries to Luguentz Dort and Isaiah Hartenstein, but their depth is a hallmark. Oklahoma City is a massive 15.5-point favorite with a 228.5 total. Dallas is an NBA best 15-8 to the under. The central thesis here is that the Thunder, focused on health and sustainable winning over style points, are not built to consistently obliterate opponents by such huge margins, especially against a confident Dallas team. This makes the Mavericks plus 15.5 a highly valuable proposition. That's our comprehensive breakdown for this Friday slate. Remember, at Beyond the Box Score, we provide the context behind the picks. If this deep dive analysis gave you an edge, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you never miss a beat. Drop your questions or thoughts in the comments below. I'll be there to break it down further. Until next time, bet smarter, not harder.